Ryan's fixing the deck, eh?
Yeah.
Shall we do the same run as we did last week?
Oh,
Might as well, eh?
no, I think I'm gonna go somewhere else because I want to find that sign.
Oh, I saw that sign.
You did?
Yeah. It says a pedestrian right of way. It doesn't say jaywalkers encouraged. It
No,
says,
no, but it says something like that.
It says pedestrian right of way. So in other words, everything has to stop for the walkers. That was going to be the name of the episode, remember? It was going to be Jaywalkers. Yes, yes, yes. But I decided against it.
Oh, it's because you kept changing it.
I kept changing my mind, yeah. I should have called it the change your mind run. Make your mind up time. It's just as you cross Beacon Avenue, on either side there's a sign that says pedestrian right of way.
Good water?
Very good water, but it gave me a bit of a brain freeze.
Nice. 20s.
And having to look after two kids.
Two.
And his wife split up from him?
Yep.
That would be Bev's daughter-in-law.
No, Bev's daughter's son.
Okay.
Yeah, but he still came over to his wife's house and look after the kids while she goes to work. But he would stay at his friend's house. I'm like, wow, that's really hard on the guy. Jeez.
Bev was the girl that used to live on near Swan Lake.
Yeah.
How's the Big Wheel Burger going? Have you been promoted yet? Are you head chef?
No. I should, I think I should be after school, after my school's done, I'm going in there to be a manager.
Oh yeah. You could be the maitre d'.
Do them, but save them a lot of money. Okay, only 4 people in one day, not 8 people working at the same time. You have 3 people doing prep.
I came by here earlier on. I had to ride on the sidewalk.
And sometimes when they want me to make a milkshake, they tell me 3 big scoops of ice cream. And I'm like, after all that, there's still a little left in the thing.
In the mixer?
That's overportioned.
Yeah, but you probably drink that.
No.
You're not allowed to.
No. Some of them do, but like the waitress does.
Yeah, and then you'd have to wash the thing out. Especially if they drunk it out of the blender.
Oh, they tell you to put it in a glass.
Yeah.
For you. Like, can I have a little bit of it?
Can I try it? Please, please. I've always wondered about that. It's probably the same with the French fries. When you do a serving, you can save a few.
Well, the French fries we do in ounces, so there's really none left.
What, you have to weigh them?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So,
And that's fried weight.
5, 10 ounces. And I say, oh, it's okay if it's a little over 10. Because sometimes you order a 10 ounce.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden I get it banged on right on 10. And then he's surprised, like no one usually gets it right on 10. And in my mind I'm saying, well, I used to do this all the time at Montana's. So,
What, you're just doing it by guesswork?
but, when you're at Montana's, you have to, most of the time, have to get right bang on 10. So
Yeah.
I got used to that.
And that's what one serving is.
Yeah.
10 ounces of fries.
Well, everyone else is doing way over 10. I'm doing bang on 10. Or 10.5.
Do you get a staff meal?
Yeah.
And is it the same as the rest of the customers, or do you get something special? Or do you fix yourself something?
Well, they make it for me.
Yeah, well, it makes more sense. If you let the cooks fix their own lunch or their own supper, they would just go overboard. They would go overboard on the serving side. Which way do we go? Through the parking lot?
Yeah.
Last time we went through here. Did you ever redeem your coupon?
My
Did-
points?
Yeah, your points, sorry.
Well, I didn't have a chance to look at it.
It's online. We could come in here for a coffee, couldn't we? Tim Hortons.
Oh, yeah.
What do you prefer?
Something down there.
Yeah, we want to go out through here.
Yeah, there's a lot of coffee shops back there.
Did you smell that woman's perfume? Oh, it was strong, wasn't it? You could hardly miss it.
I can smell it.
Oh, you prefer the smell of tar?
Or gasoline.
A gas leak? Or a lawnmower? You like all those industrial smells? You're funny.
And the smell of
The smell of napalm in the morning.
oh, yeah. Or ships going by.
Did you ever see that movie? Apocalypse Now?
No.
No?
With Mel Gibson?
Yeah.
No.
No, with, what was the name of that guy?
Mel Gibson.
No. Apocalypse Now. Hang on. I've forgotten the name of the actor now who played it. Patton. He was in Patton as well.
Hey, that's Mel Gibson.
Is it?
Yeah.
Patton? Lust for Glory?
With the army?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
No.
I mean, Charlie Sheen.
He was in it as well, I think. Anyway, the opening sequence is all these helicopters coming in on a beach in Vietnam, I guess. Or maybe it's Korea.
Peyton or Apocalypse Now?
Apocalypse Now.
Oh,
Anyway,
was that the one where he's in the cell?
well, you know Marlon Brando was in it as well.
So, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know the movie. He's stuck in the cell
I believe.
for one day, I think.
Maybe.
And then, yeah, I know that one. I've seen that one. I thought you were talking about the new one.
No. It just reminded me of when I said the smell of napalm in the morning. That was his famous line. And they had speakers they had speakers mounted on their helicopter, and as they flew in low over the beach, they were playing dun 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 dun, and the choppers were coming in dun, 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 with their blades whizzing around. There must be an underpass under the highway.
What do you think that thing on top of that pole is?
I don't know. It might be something for the planes. Because this is literally the end of the runway. Yeah, you see, look, there's the Lochside Trail. And I think there's a tunnel that goes, is there a tunnel that goes under the highway there? Or is it a bridge?
There's a bridge that goes over the highway.
Just here or further down?
I think it's further down this way.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't like it. Where's my answer?
See that Volvo? That's a vintage Volvo, the same as the Saint. The Saint.
Time 12, distance 1.77, average heart rate 134, workout average pace 646.
Oh, Jack made the house here?
Yeah.
Or was it Ford? Or Chevy?
There was a time when there were a bunch of those cars made in Canada, but they had different names. Like the Beaumark.
Oh, the one that East Ventura Road?
Yeah, well, I think it was a Dodge, but the Canadian version was called the Beaumark.
Time 13, distance 1.93, average heart rate 136, workout average pace 644.
Wherever they're going, I think we're going to be there first. Yeah.
Now they're going to drop bombs on us.
Time 14, distance
Oh, smell the bombs.
The smell of sewage. You should like that too.
Oh, yeah, I love that. That's seaweed.
Swamp smell.
That's beach.
That's
From,
the low tide.
yeah,
Beach at low tide smell.
from the kelp and stuff, seaweed.
That's right. You're not mistaken.
zone 2.
Kelp. Bull kelp. Hey, look at that dog. It's got little wheels. Dog with wheels. I guess he must have had hip surgery.
I've seen dogs that had wheels but no legs.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Just front legs. or just back legs?
Time
They
15.
wish they had some nitro on there.
Average heart rate 114. Workout average pace 641.
Well, they could get an e-bike attachment for their wheels.
Okay, we can go back now.
Well, let's cross at the crosswalk.
I'm not running with you again.
You're a cheat.
You're actually the first one to start that.
Yeah. Taking shortcuts.
And going hill.
Oh, yes, I used to say, I'm not running with you again.
Average heart rate 82. Workout average pace 642.
Hello. Did you see that? The front cyclist, she warned the girl behind her. She went like this, which means people behind you, or means people coming up.
Even though she probably already saw it.
Yeah, but you know, that's courtesy. We're sharing a bike lane here. Last time we did this run, it was exactly 5K.
Time 17.
See if we can do the same again.
Average heart rate 82. Workout average pace 644.
Hi. See, whenever there's a school group, you always get some tail enders. I mean, the first people are already swimming or whatever they're doing. These people haven't even got there. It's like at Lambrick Park when they do the Terry Fox run. The guy who, the gym guy, the phys ed guy, he knows before they even start who's going to come in first, second, third, because they always do. And then he knows exactly who's going to be last, and then they know who's going to be chatting with who. I think we should call this episode Under the Flight Path, just to keep them guessing. And
Don't worry, you'll change it again.
unless something exciting happens, I'll call it Under the Flight Path. We're doing about the same speed as last week, maybe just a little faster.
Time 19. Distance 2.81. Average heart rate 82. Workout average pace 645.
Well, I don't believe the heart rate. Those shoes are probably not the best to run in. They're okay, but you're going to ruin them. Did you go to baseball practice on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Did you see Coach Rob?
No.
No. Was Sabrina there?
No.
Time
Well,
20,
baseball's
distance
open, but not
2.96,
for
average heart rate 82,
not for the
workout
national
average
team.
pace 646.
National team stays. So they can practice more.
You might get to travel with the national team.
Who?
You,
I'm on the national team.
for the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
Softball.
Yep.
Wow.
I have to be on that team.
Why?
What?
Are you the MVP?
Well, it's because it's a whole team.
Ah,
I'm part of the team.
part of the team. I wonder what this building's going to be. Looks pretty big.
Time 21, distance 3.10,
Oh, that's gonna be a
average heart
Canadian
rate
Tire.
83, workout
Is
average
it?
pace
You know, pretty
645.
small Canadian Tire.
Zone 1,
Yeah. Wow. That's a really small Canadian Tire. Unless they're gonna build it longer.
Well, it depends how high up it goes. It might be 3-story.
Doesn't look like it's going high that much.
Maybe not. Because normally if they're building high, they'll put one of those cranes in
zone 3,
to lift the stuff up. So maybe that's just going to be a single story. And another light aircraft.
time 22, distance 3.25, average heart rate 117, workout average pace 644.
That thing that's on the pole.
Yep, and maybe it's to guide them in at night. It might mean that when they clear that light, which is pointing up,
Maybe a radar for the people to know if they're off key.
oh, so they can navigate right in on the runway.
So it's like automatic.
Yeah,
You're off key.
yep, like GPS.
If they don't follow the line,
Yeah, that's
Line.
probably what it is.
the line will tell them
Yeah, if they're not on the right flight path.
you're not 473. You're not on the right flight path.
Yeah, change course for 015.
Time 23, distance 3.
We always go back a slightly different way.
133, workout average pace 647.
I don't think we need to go down and see the jet unless you want to see it. No? You see, that's confusing. We're not allowed to cross this way, but we can cross that way. I mean, that guy could have just walked out thinking, oh, I heard the buzzer. And then,
And it's, I'm thinking of blind people. Like, once they hear that, they don't. How do they know if which,
they hope that it's safe. Which direction, whether it's this way or that way.
Yeah, where the sound's coming
They
from.
make a different beep. On one corner it goes beep, 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 beep. And the other one it goes pew, pew, pew.
Wonder if it's out here though.
You see, this one's going beep,
Okay,
bop,
yeah.
beep, bop, and the other one's going beep, 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 beep. That's how they know.
Workout resumed. Zone 3,
Oh, look, there's a Thrifties. I don't think we need to go back along the road where they were doing the road works. For two reasons. I don't like the smell,
zone 4,
and I don't like the noise.
time 24, distance 3.54, average heart rate
Did
147, workout
Graham
average pace
do any more money finding?
No, I don't think he's suing anybody at the moment. But I've stopped running with him. Did I tell you that?
Why?
Well, It was getting to be too hard.
Alright.
Yeah. He kept wanting me to run faster and faster and faster.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I have a limit, you know. And he would say things like, oh, well, but when I ran with Andy, we run at 5-minute pace.
Well, that's not how you were taught. Man.
No, and I was saying, Andy is 45 years old and 6'1". I mean, I'm not.
Well, we were never trained that way anyways.
No, that's the thing. We had a different philosophy. He was wanting to always do better every time. And I wanted to always be more efficient or more comfortable in the comfort zone.
So he's just focusing on
speed.
marathon.
Yeah, he was focusing on just how much can I get from this guy in terms of running. And I got a little bit tired of always being compared to Andy can do this, Andy can do that. So I thought, oh well, you know, I've done it for 10 years. Andy can do it for 10 years. Anyway, we left as friends.
If he wants to do if he'll find out if he does a marathon at 5, then he won't be able to do it.
No, that's right. Unless Andy picks him up and carries him.
Zone 5. Time 26. Distance 3.33.
Sorry.
Average
I
heart
cut
rate
you off there.
57. Workout average pace 6:47.
6:47, remember?
I'm not so sure if Andy
Last week was 6:49.
would Andy do even 5-minute pace at
In a half? No, I don't think so. That wouldn't be very smart.
So we have a different philosophy than Graham.
Oh, you're going to get to smell the tar again.
Oh wow. This is so exciting.
Just when I thought we were going to miss it. Have you noticed these women that do the flagging? They all look the same. Mind you, a lot of the jobs like that they give to native women. And they all tend to look the same because they have dark hair. But quite often the actual paving crew are native workers. So they hire people from their band to work with them. And that would be one way of them getting a job for their wife, kind of thing. Well, enjoy the smell of warm tar.
It might not be so warm if you touch it.
Well, they are spraying it with cold water.
They are?
Yeah. Oh no. Amazing, isn't it, really, if you think about it? Big pile of dirt at the front, comes out as road at the back. And he's doing like 1 mile an hour, because that's the fastest they can pave. If they went any faster, there'd be gaps. Then they'd have to go back and do it again.
He's doing 0.2 miles per hour.
He's doing a good job.
He's not going 1 mile per hour.
No, it's less than 1 mile per hour. 1 mile per hour would be like rocket pace.
That'd be 5 kilometers. You have to times it by 1.16.
You must have learned that from your numeracy course.
Nope, from Lambert.
Oh, from Lambert. 1.16. Hello. And that gives you what, kilometers?
Yeah.
kilometers. Some people say kilometers. Have you noticed?
Well, it would be kilometers because
That's Canadian.
Your times in it.
Yeah.
Your times in
Yeah.
the metric system.
Yep. So you're saying 1 mile is 1.6.
That's why you
K.
see sometimes you see these American cars that haven't converted yet. So they're in miles per hour.
Well, a lot of them have both speeds on the
They
same
now-
dial.
Because some Americans want a Canadian car,
Yeah.
and so they
45. Average
So they
heart
have
rate
both.
156.
But,
Average pace 644.
some of the old cars,
Time for hydration.
the American ones,
Hello.
just have the miles per hour.
Well, as I say, they have a clock
Yeah.
with 2 sets of numbers. The inside would be the miles, and the outside would be the kilometers.
Some of the old cars don't even have the kilometers.
The problem now is a lot of the new cars have got
Zone 3.
digital speedos.
Oh, I love that.
So you'd have to switch from miles per hour to kilometers per hour. All right, we're almost done. That's a noisy truck.
41. Distance 4.59.
Didn't
Average
smell
heart
too
rate
good.
146. Workout average pace 644.
6:44 was our average pace.
Wow, that was fast.
Well, you know, last week at 6:49. There goes the WestJet.
Workout paused. Workout stopped.
I'll be on a bigger one than that.
Yeah.
They can't just carry us. They have to carry pedestrians too. So we would probably fill all of that small plane.
What, you mean your team?
Yeah, so it'll be a bigger plane than that.
Yeah. And where would you be flying to? Edmonton, somewhere like that?
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia, whoa! You're going to go right across Canada by air. Have you ever flown across Canada by air? I know when you went to Fort Lauderdale, you probably went down through Texas or something like that.
We went to Toronto first.
Oh, okay, so you went halfway across.
Oh, no, wait. There was,
3 flights.
yeah, because there was a problem with the airplane.
You probably flew first from Victoria to Vancouver, then Vancouver, Toronto, and then Toronto, Fort Lauderdale.
Like, from Victoria to Vancouver, and from Vancouver to Calgary, and then from Calgary to Toronto, and then from Toronto to Fort Lauderdale.
So you were on 4 planes?
Yeah,
How long did that take? 12 hours?
probably, yeah.
I remember you sent me a message from one of the airports. I think you texted me or something. All right, so look, I've got your home phone number. If there's any change of plans, I can call you. And when I call you, you'll have my cell phone number on your phone, so then you can call me back.
Do you want water?
Yeah, I would like another splash. Oof. Thank you for this excellent water. I've ridden 25 kilometers just to drink a glass of water with my friend Derek. Is that your hat you wear at work?
Yeah. I have 3 of them.
Big wheel burger. You know the Special Olympics, do you have a sponsor? Do they have a sponsor? No, I guess it's paid for by the BC government, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do the coaches get paid or are they volunteers?
The coach does, but the other ones are volunteers.
People like Coach Rob would not be paid, but the main coach would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coach Rob is like an assistant coach.
Well, he's just there to watch. But we have a woman coach right now.
Yeah, but I think Rob coaches football, soccer.
Oh,
He's in the Special Olympics soccer program. Well, good run, Derek. Thank you for keeping your appointment with me, with destiny. This is good. A little fan, but there's no battery in it. Oh, okay. And then you just you spritz the fan in front of the fan with water. Well, it must work pretty well if you're really hot.
Well, I used it for Nova Scotia but I'm like, well, wouldn't it be cold there? Like,
no, in the summer it will be like not quite as warm as here, because you're on a different ocean. Nova Scotia, you'll be on the Atlantic, and here we're on the Pacific.
So it would be colder over there?
The water will be warmer. If you wanted to swim in the ocean, you could, but the air would be colder. That's where it differs. We have cold ocean, warm air. They have warm ocean, cold air. Anyway, I'll see you next Wednesday then. Okay, Derek?
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Good run?
Very good run. Yeah, we did it a little quicker this week than last week, but
That's good.
I'm trying to teach him that it's not, the idea isn't to get faster. The idea is to get better.
Go longer and
Go longer and to be more efficient, you know, not to waste a lot of energy sprinting along. And
right at the beginning.
Pacing is what it's all about.
No, he really seems to enjoy it. That's awesome.
Well, he does this Special Olympics baseball, but he doesn't quite get enough exercise for that.
Yeah.
He needs to burn off a little more energy.
No, for sure. It's funny, get him to go take the dog for a walk with us. He's always like, I don't know. But then he's like, you going running with Carlos on Wednesday? Yeah. And he's all excited about it. So that's good.
He went to school with my kids,
Oh, yeah.
so I know him from way back.
Oh, yeah. No, that's cool. That's good.
Yeah.
I hope it's something that you guys continue to do together because it's awesome for him.
I think we probably will. Occasionally he bails on me, but now I have his phone number.
Yeah.
I can check on the morning before I come all the way.
Yeah, for sure.
I can phone up and say, are we still on? You know, like if I phone him at 8:30,
Yeah,
that's just about when I would be leaving.
right.
Anyway, I'm enjoying riding the e-bike. It's fun.
That's good.
I wouldn't have thought of coming out on my push bike, but on this thing, I can take it easy on the way back.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.